Hello, or hey guys, how is everybody doing today? I'm driving home from work. Don't question my attire because I don't know either, really. I like to layer my clothes is what that's all about, so if you must. I am heading home, finally. We finished the work day. We are super happy about that. Did you work today? Do you work on the weekends? You know, everybody's like, ooh, Friday. And I'm like, oh no, we gotta work tomorrow. It's a Monday. So there's that. But it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty decent today. Oh, by the way, since this whole, we are still at 50%, which, I mean, it's fine, I guess. I work in a restaurant slash bar, and so my bar has only like 6, 7, 8, 9 seats. So it's fine, I guess. You know, I can't have people sit close to each other, and that is a pandemic on its own. Oh, by the way, I don't know why, but I have greenness all over my hands because I don't have green pens. I don't have green markers. There's some kind of green dye in my bar that I'm constantly getting into somehow, and I can't find where the dye is coming from. That's another pandemic in itself. Whoa, I look crazy. By the way, I got this new like eyebrow, you know, fluffer. So we're gonna be doing fluffy eyebrows lately. Gonna see how I like it. Not sure what I think about it just quite yet. At first I really liked it, and now I'm like, I kind of just look like a frizzled up clown. Can you hear me? This is why I yell, because on this road I go like 90. I'm totally kidding. I really am kidding. It's just a loud road. All the bumps and holes and crevices, cracks that you're not supposed to step on, or you'll break your mother's back. And they tried to like fix it by just re-tiling it and paving it over and over and over again. And it's just still wonkadoo. What else happened today that was super fun? Oh, people screaming my name all day long. That was really fun. Actually, I even told these dudes, they're older golf men that are just, you know, they get rowdy, or one of them does. One of them gets like super duper loud and stupid. I mean, it's what it is. He just wants, like, I don't know what he wants, to be noticed, to hear his voice, to annoy the shit out of me. I just ignored him. He kept getting louder and louder and louder. I guess people just don't make the mental connection. Like, if I'm not responding, obviously I'm just basically treating you like a mom would treat a kid that is throwing a tantrum and or acting out and or doing something that she doesn't want him to be doing, and just ignoring it so he will stop it. We don't reward bad behavior, people, and that's what I was trying to do, and it didn't work because he just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And one of the girls was like, do you hear that? And I was like, yeah, I'm ignoring it because that is annoying, and I don't listen to people whenever they're screaming my name for no reason. He just kept yelling my name for no reason. Like, I mean, I'm sure there was a reason, but the reasons were stupid. Like, Crystal, ha 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 ha, listen to what he said. And it was like, yeah, I went to the store yesterday. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was just, he just wanted me around all the time. And it's like, everything is not funny. Everything doesn't need my attention. I don't need to be standing here while y'all are having a conversation about pish posh, you know? So that happened. The other, they're all pretty cool. It's just one that's like annoying. Like, he's always like, love you so much. And I'm like, hey, that's what I'm like. I was talking to this girl. She's younger than me, obviously. Like, I'm like double her age, pretty much. I'm double everybody's age, let's be real. And she was talking about how me and her are on the same wavelength of, like, we have boundaries and, like, kind of like demand respect. That was supposed to be a snap and look a lot better than what it did. What can I say? I'm not as attitudey as I'd like to be, but I'm trying to be. So we're on the same wavelength, and I was agreeing with her, and I was like, you know, back in the day whenever I first started serving and bartending and all that, like I was a little bit more like, I tried to like not make people feel weird, and I'm like, you know, and now I don't do that. Like now I'm just like, yeah, cool. I mean, some days I really try. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not just like a piss poor a-hole that is always rude to people, but if they're weird, like I have no patience for weirdness. I wish I did. There's this one girl that is adorable. There's a lot of girls that are adorable because they're young and they're innocent and they're just like, oh, I just don't have patience, and I kind of have always been that way, but used to I would just like what I showed you earlier, which I'm not going to show you again because I look worse in this lighting than what I thought. But I tried to be a little bit more, you know, lenient on stupidity, but now I just don't. Anyways, so about that girl, is pretty much just a sweetheart, super sweet and accepting of everybody, and she has the weirdest regulars though. Like I used to be that girl. I used to be the girl that had weird regulars that they'd sit in my section all day long, and I was like kind of creeped out by them. This sounds so bad, but I'm sorry, if you're weird, you're weird. Like, I know, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm weird too. I mean, come on, obviously I'm like, hello. I mean, I'm an old Hooter girl. I'm an old lady Hooter girl. An old ugly lady Hooter girl. Some reason, there's like a big vein in my forehead these days, and I think like, I'm just either getting so old that my veins are just popping out now,
or maybe because you're hooting and hollering and beeshing about everything all the time,
or my skin is doing something weird, but like you can see my vein in my, like right here. And I, you know, honestly, I've been having a lot of like extreme, not headaches, because like headaches, I'm okay with having a headache because a headache is nothing. If you know pain, then you know a migraine. Isn't that what that commercial says? La, 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 la. It's true. And so whenever I have like some, look what I'm wearing. Like, don't see that. You're not supposed to say that. That's under my uniform, people, because I am always cold. Why do restaurants have to keep it cold? Anyways, these are just some jacked up shirts that, like, my Hooter outfit is really tight, and so I try to like put things underneath it so I don't get cold. Do y'all like my eyebrows though? I don't know, they're kind of, ooh, they're a little, yeah, I was trying to do the whole like Whitney Simmons fluffity, and I can never get two sides equal. Like, how do y'all get y'all's eyebrows and y'all's eyelashes equal? I have two different eye sets too. Anyways, besides that, the girl with weird regulars, she is just a sweetheart, and she's just so nice to everybody, and I want to get back to that. And I'm actually, these girls are actually motivating me. You know, it's true. You want to make yourself like better, hang out with people that are better than you. And there's a scoop on that. For real, everybody has their own unique, individual, beautiful ways to living and how they make you grow as a person. And I'm a little bit more accepting of that, because used to, I was in my box little ways that I'm like, I don't care about anybody and or anything, and I am just on my road path to success. And 10 years later, I realized that I'm just as measly and pathetic as everybody else. I'm just kidding, but no, it's kind of true, because you like, you know, whenever you're young and you're like, I am not gonna be like Susie because Susie does not have her ish together. Don't lie. You know you were that kind of a person, and you also know that you might just be that kind of a person when you're not. When you're younger, you have those thoughts, but when you get older, you just realize, man, I am kind of just like my mom and my dad, and I was trying so hard not to be, and well, that shit is hard. Because life is just hard. And I used to be like, oh, that's a cop-out, that's an excuse, that's just people just not wanting to, like, you know, be their best, or not trying to, you know, I don't know, whatever this is, be the greatest of the great. But it's just harder for some people. This is going way deep, deep, deep. But this is kind of like, you know, giving cash to the homeless, or somebody standing on the side of the road, which, be careful if you do that, because some of these people are pretty schemy. But it's also like, do people think, which there are those rare cases that
Did I say row, row? Yeah, row. I can't talk after I get off of work, sorry. EQ me. There are those rare cases that people can, you know, get some money from the side of the road. Let's say you are homeless and you are, you know, getting money that way and then end up buying yourself a suit or, you know, something to be able to get a job or something. But like, it's just a lot harder to do that. So what they do is just something that will make them happy because they're miserable in their life, which is either drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, you know, just something to get them through their day. I mean, they're standing on the side of the road. It's super duper hot, especially where I'm at. Right now it's 96, and that's actually cool. That's our cold front this summer. Oh my gosh, it has been so hot. It has been so hot. I do not understand how people even try to pretend to like summer nowadays. It is so hot that I walk outside for like 0.5 seconds and I immediately turn around and walk my happy little butt back into my room and my air conditioning home where there's no flies and heat just seeping into my bones. You can literally feel it in your bones, people, is how hot it gets. How do y'all people like to be outside and, like, you know, play? I know I used to do it as a kid. Even as a kid, I think I wanted to be inside, honestly. But back in the day, it's not like it is now. Back in the day, when you were a kid, you were outside. You were not in your parents' home. If it was summertime and it was daylight, you were outside until the light post had lights on the side of the street. You know, I mean, they still do have them. I'm not, duh. I'm acting like they don't. But when the lights came on, that's when it was time to shut it down and you started walking back home to your house. And we walked everywhere too. We didn't have mommy and daddy drive us anywhere. Or I didn't have a mommy or a daddy. Honestly, I really didn't. Sorry, fam, to call you out like that. We walked everywhere. That was such a beautiful time. It really was. Me and my best friend, we would like, well, I also lived in a small country town. It was just awesome. We would like walk to Allsup's and get a chimichanga or, you know, to Nancy's food store. It was just like this little home store with goods. And there's my neighbor walking towards me. This is embarrassing. Hold please. Sippy sippy. Yeah, we would walk all over the towns. We would get us, you know, we would have like 50 cents and we'd buy us a candy bar. We'd have 50 cents and we'd buy us a little juice. We'd have 89 cents and we'd buy us a beef and bean burrito or a chimichanga, like I said. It was just awesome. And nowadays, I mean, like, kids just don't get to do that. But yeah, we were outside all the time. In the heat hours, in the cold hours, it was just always out, fun, doorsy. Which I'm super excited that we didn't have cell phones. Like, I really am. Because, first of all, half the stuff that I did, actually I didn't really do that much crazy things, honestly. Like, I would always hang out with the person that did do crazy things. So I was like, you know, guilty by association. I mean, we never did anything bad, but it was just more like, what's the word? You know, not spicy, because spicy sounds bad. It was more just saucy. It was more like amplified, you know, with the person that I was with. And that was just the good old days. So I mean, it's not like I had anything to hide, but like, heck, even just being goofy, dumb teenagers, like I wouldn't want that on camera. You know what I mean? So it's just such a different world. And like, I don't know, I'm just, the more and more we have technology, the more and more I want to get away from it. It's weird. I used to be really into technology, and don't get me wrong, I love to Twitter fight with everybody, and I love to look on Facebook and get all piss poor-y ass by some of the stuff that I read. See what I'm saying? It just puts me in a bad mood, and I don't know why I make myself go through that by, you know, just sitting there looking at a computer screen all the time. Honestly, I need to live more vicariously, but you know, then again, it's super hot, so do I really want to do that? No. Back to square one, so therefore, technology is great. I love technology, is what I'm saying. But yeah, basically, I don't know where this conversation went. I don't know where this conversation is going. All I know is that my battery is dying. I will finish whatever story I was telling earlier. If y'all want to hear some stories of like my childhood or just stuff that I have stories about, just let me know. Leave it in the comments below and I will finish these stories. I'm just really tired and I'm just rambling right now. We will conclude everything when we return. Okay. Talk to you later. Sorry about this weird vlog. I just wanted to speak my mind. That's all. And you probably couldn't hear anything that I said because the air conditioner was on. And also, I don't know what I'm saying. Why am I orange? Self-tanner, no. And where is that coming